the uncalendar. Again, all things that are and are made subsist by and receive their virtue from numbers. For time consists of number, and all motion and action, and all things which are subject to time and motion. Written by Henry Cornelius Agrippa in 1533. And Henry Cornelius Agrippa is the magician and occultist and geomantist that we will be benefiting from, especially as we enter the geomancy portion. So here is my 52 card deck. And I've removed my jokers, so I have just 52. And you know, 52 is the number of cards in the original construction of the deck. Jokers were added centuries later for games. As a gaming device, they were added as a wild card. And to unlock the keys to what is really going on in playing cards and what their original intention was, we need the deck just as it was when it was created. And isn't it amazing that we have the original construction of the cards today in our modern day decks? So let's take a look at the numbers in this deck. Let's take a look at the numbers so that we know how to begin working with these cards. 52, the number of cards in the deck, a beautiful number. If you're talking about natural time, you know, a prominent number in timekeeping, but for a gaming deck, okay, well, could be just a random number, but we have 52 weeks in the year, and we know that. So what other numbers are prominent in the deck? What else can we say about this deck? Well, there's 4 suits, right? And of course, there's 4 seasons. That lines up, doesn't it? And these 4 seasons divide the year of 52 weeks equally into 4 parts, just like the 4 suits divide the deck of 52 equally into 4 parts. And what else is going on? How many cards are in each of those suits? You know, if we look ace through king, how many cards is that? Well, it's 13. You know, it's amazing how many people don't realize that. And how even less people realize that there's exactly 13 weeks in each season. Almost nobody knows that because we don't live by natural time. These codes go completely unrecognized. And it's a testament to how disconnected we are from natural time. So what else is going on? Let's add all the numbers within that suit. Let's take on a numerological exercise. And we'll add the ace, which is the number 1, plus 2, plus 3, all the way up through the suit. And the ladies are the number 10. And the jacks are the number 11. And then the queens and the kings. And what happens when we add all those together? We get the magical number 91. Well, it doesn't seem so magical, does it? I mean, what is the number 91? Our calendar correspondences must end here because 91 just seems random. Well, if you were living by natural time, you would know that there's exactly 91 days in each of the 4 seasons. Exactly 91 days. And if you add all the numbers in the deck, you get a total of 364. And that is the exact number of days in the lunar year, the exact number, you know? So we're looking at a lunar calendar here. And the 13 weeks that we talked about could also be seen as the 13 lunar cycles, right? 13 lunar cycles in a year, each of 4 weeks. It's getting a little heavy here with the scribbles, but I think you know what I'm saying. 13 lunar cycles, each of 4 weeks, or 4 seasons, each of 13 weeks. It's all part of these rhythms that are part of our organic nature. So what would happen if we took the radical step of using this playing card deck as the natural calendar that it was created to be? You know, what if we got radical? And I can say all of these cards are weeks in time. My 52 card deck is now the 52 weeks of the year, you know? And I can take individual cards and make lunar months on my table. 4 weeks, 4 cards is now a natural month of time. It's 28 days. I'm breaking away from man-made time just by playing with my playing cards in the way that they were created. You know, and all kinds of magical things start happening in my life as I align myself with these powerful codes of nature. So here's a pop quiz real quick. How many piles do you think we're going to have on the table after I lay out my whole entire deck? 4 cards in every pile, 1 lunar month is each pile. How many total piles will I have if I lay my whole deck out? You know? Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Magic number 13. I have a perfect lunar calendar laid out on my table, and I can just keep on playing. I can turn cards over. There's no rules right here. I'm just keeping in mind the constructs of the deck itself, the calendar that the deck is showing me. I'm just playing within that. I'm seeing what happens. I can peek into different time periods by turning over cards. And I could lay my whole deck out like this at the beginning of the year. But what is the beginning of the year now? I mean, this rearranges everything. It's not January 1st anymore. January 1st has nothing to do with natural time. I could do this on an equinox, or a solstice, or on the Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year always happens on a new moon, and that's a perfect time to lay these out. Then every single pile is a complete lunar cycle, new moon to new moon. So there's no rules, there's just play, and there's just spending time with your playing cards in this new way that starts to break the spell of man-made time and the power that it has had over our lives and our very being. And thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video.